Hi, I'm Cole, and today I'm going to be telling you about my funny camping. Cut. Wait, what the? Did I just sink in mud? You see, in my opinion, there is two types of camping. Camping and actual camping. Type 1 being in a camper with, air conditioning and actual places to store your food and water. Type 2, actual camping, being in a tent at night, curled up into a ball with only the warmth of yourself and blanket, and you can't sleep because of the sound of the wind and rain outside as the raccoons chew on your food and tent. Sorry, I got a little bit carried away. Story 1. Now this one takes place with my cousins. Shout out to them. A while back, maybe like a year ago, I found out that me and all of my cousins were going to a campground we really liked. And I thought, maybe I should spice things up for no reason at all. So about 3 months before the camping trip, I decided to make my move. What I did was I made a map to kind of get the treasure map vibe. Along with that, I wrote a note written in Spanish. After that, I took the map and the note and stuffed it into a bottle and waited. Fast forward about 2 months, and it was time to go to the campground. And when we got to the campground, me and my cousins went to the beach. So when we got to the beach, I took the bottle and planted it near one of my cousin's feet. And then what do you know, a few minutes later I hear, "What's this bottle?" And I thought, this is all going to plan. And as expected, they opened the bottle and found the map and note, and they were like, "What does the note say?" And I thought, this is all going to plan. And since the note was in Spanish, and they don't know Spanish, they typed the note into Google Translator. And I thought, this is all going to plan. And then something happened. So, you know those few minutes where the bottle was just sitting near one of my cousin's foot? Well, in that time, water went over it and dripped into the bottle, destroying some of the Spanish note. So when it came time to type it into the translator, they only ended up typing half of the words into it. And somehow, it translated into, "Whoever reads this will be shot." This isn't going according to plan. Listen, trust me. This was not supposed to happen. I did not write this. Oh, and really just to give you some context, the sentence was supposed to say, "Whoever reads this will be extremely lucky." But, it didn't. Moving on. After that, we all went home, and we didn't really think much about it. Or so I thought. You see, one of my cousins who read the note was genuinely scared that someone was going to come to her cabin and shoot her. Her parents told me that she kept them up until like 1 a.m. Just wanted to add that part in there. It ended up getting to a point where she was so scared that her parents had to tell her that the note was fake and nobody was going to shoot her. We ended up meeting the next day, and I said I was sorry and that the note wasn't really supposed to say that. And we just never told the rest of our cousins. But they found out somehow. But that doesn't matter. In the end, it just ended up being a funny story to tell while we were camping. So, yeah, that's that story. Sorry for scaring you, Kylie. Now, my next and final story only took place a few weeks ago. It was Memorial Day weekend, and we finally got a break from virtual learning. And we also hadn't gone camping in like 6 months, so, we did that. But what we didn't realize until we got to the campground is that, it would rain for all of the time that we were at the campground. 3 whole days of non-stop rain. Sometimes the rain would stop, But even then, if we tried to go outside, the weather said, "Nope." And it would just start raining again. Why would you do this to us? But then after 2 days of non-stop raining, the clouds finally went away. Since we didn't get to do much ever since we got to the campground, we decided to explore it. As we were exploring, we found this hill made of rocks. And like any normal person would do, I climbed it. When I got to the top, I noticed a portion of the campground was still being made. I told my dad about this, and he and I wanted to go check it out. But my sister, being the only wise one in this situation, decided to stay back. But we had to keep going. We marched on until we got to the site. Now, when we got there, we quickly realized that there was no grass, meaning that it was only dirt. Why am I telling you this? Well, remember how I said that it rained for like 2 days straight? Well, that means that this site was mostly made up of mud. Having little places to walk, we explored it. As we were exploring, we noticed a trail, but the only way to get to the trail was through this muddy pathway. As we were trying to figure out how to get across the pathway, we saw a part that didn't seem as muddy as the rest. Thinking we finally found a way to get across the path, we walked over to go test it out. My dad's exact words were, "This part doesn't seem as bad," and put his foot out. As soon as he stepped on it, this happened. Ah! He had sunken in mud. I had to act fast. In only a few moments, my dad would be fully submerged in mud. So with little time to think, I grabbed his hand with my pinky and pulled him out of the mud. Everybody cheered my name as Morgan Freeman gave me the Medal of Honor and...
What? That didn't happen.
After a bit of panic between the both of us, he finally got out of the mud. I put my arms out and tried to help him, but what help would that be? On the way back to the camper, my dad told me not to tell anyone what just happened. But instantly I told everyone and anyone I knew what just happened. So, sorry, Dad. You took my Nintendo Switch away. Now, I have a lot more funny camping stories to tell you, but I'm dumb, and I didn't know how long this video would be, so maybe I'll make a part 2. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to, leave a like and subscribe. And those were my funny camping stories. Peace!